Joe Rogan has hosted many guests on his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, from politicians and actors to activists and leaders. In 2013, he started posting videos of his podcast on YouTube, which gained attention with over 1 million views for every episode. The show's success led to many notable guests appearing on the podcast, including famous media personalities. Over the years, many guests have dropped major truth bombs on the show with their unfiltered opinions and stories. Let's look at the celebrities who dropped truth bombs on Joe Rogan's podcast. Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent, a well-known guitarist, faced criticism in the 1990s for his political beliefs and racist remarks. In 2018, he appeared on The Joe Rogan Experience and expressed his unwavering support for gun ownership, citing his lifelong familiarity with firearms and belief in his right to bear arms. These comments sparked controversy, as the issue of gun control continues to be a highly debated topic in the United States. Brett Weinstein, who used to teach at Evergreen State College, faced backlash for his discriminatory and prejudiced comments directed toward students belonging to minority races. On various occasions when he appeared on the Experience podcast, he engaged in discussions related to freedom of speech and made some alarming statements about Marxism and Nazism. Edward Snowden. After disclosing top-secret NSA information to the public, Edward Snowden became a well-known whistleblower and gained global attention. Following his exile in Russia, Snowden has made virtual appearances in various interviews. During his appearance on the Experience podcast, Snowden commented on the global security measures of smartphone companies, alleging that they track and store every moment on users' phones through a worldwide foundation. Jordan Peterson. While serving as a professor at the University of Toronto, Jordan Peterson's societal, political, and social views have been a topic of conversation. In addition to his skepticism towards climate change, he expressed dissent towards the Canadian Bill C-16, which acknowledges the use of appropriate pronouns, as he stated on the podcast. Candace Owens. Candace Owens, a political activist and Trump supporter, has faced backlash for her endorsement of Donald Trump. She played a prominent role as a speaker for Trump during his 2016 presidential campaign. However, Owens sparked discussion on a podcast where she made controversial statements about Black Americans and provoked anger by denying climate change, labeling it as a natural occurrence. Majid Nawaz. Majid Nawaz, who had previously served as a government advisor and was incarcerated in 2002 as part of an Islamist group, has been a frequent guest on the podcast. During his appearances, he has shared his experiences in prison and offered insights into contemporary society. In February 2022, he made a comeback on the show to express his opinions on digital currency and COVID passports. However, the episode was removed from Spotify due to allegedly spreading false information. Gavin McInnis. Gavin McInnis, a political commentator, has gained public attention for expressing his bold viewpoints on American politics. In the 2010 McInnis wrote an essay expressing his stance on transphobia, which he still holds to this day. In 2 appearances on Joe Rogan's podcast, he openly endorsed Donald Trump and made derogatory remarks about feminism and masculinity. Milo Yiannopoulos, a British journalist who gained fame in 2016 for advocating free speech and writing about technology, has drawn criticism for his controversial remarks about homosexuality, with some labeling his comments as misogynistic. Despite being openly gay himself, Yiannopoulos has asserted that homosexuality leads to unhappiness. He has also faced scrutiny for his support of right-wing politicians, which was a subject of controversy during his appearance on Experience. Alex Jones. As a pro-Trump advocate and Illuminati illusionist, Alex Jones has attracted media coverage as a conspiracy theorist and political activist. He faced allegations of hate speech, leading to the removal of his Spotify podcast. Despite protests over his appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, Jones continued to spread misinformation about topics such as aliens, interdimensional beings, and Chinese human-animal hybrids. Joe Rogan's Experience podcast has proven to be a lucrative venture for Spotify, as it draws millions of listeners each week and features guests who spark public discourse. The podcast offers guests the freedom to express their views, even controversial ones, which can garner both positive and negative. Elon Musk is not a regular guest on talk shows and podcasts. He has made some exceptions for Joe Rogan. In his initial appearance on the show in 2018, he talked about AI and even smoked marijuana in the studio, resulting in a drop in Tesla's stock. Despite his frequent use of Twitter, he surprised many by expressing his dislike for social media platforms. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.